Hello. I know you guys are all wondering why I have these 9 million brushes. This is all about face brushes. It's enough to make your head spin. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what I use, what to use, what I suggest to use as far as different products. Because there's liquid foundations, there's powder foundations, there's cream foundation, there is, you know, cream to powder, all that lovely stuff. So I'm just gonna go quick through the kinds of brushes there are and what I tend to like to use best for each kind of foundation. So there are synthetic and there are natural hair bristle brushes. I have both kinds and sometimes I don't even know which one is which. The natural hair brushes tend to be a little bit softer. So it's great for applying usually powder foundations that will give you just kind of a really soft look on the skin. The synthetic brushes are great for liquid foundations. They will give you more maximum coverage when using a liquid. They don't absorb the product. So those are a couple things to look for. As I said, I have no idea with some of these which one's a synthetic and which one is a powder. I use them for specific purposes. There are, so with every different foundation, there's something to use. So my 3 favorite things to apply foundations, depending on what kind, are these 3 things. So I guess this isn't really a brush, but it's an applicator. So it's a sponge applicator. I'll go over that first. So the sponge applicators, they come in all different kinds. They all different company, you know, all different shapes, but they're all pretty much the same. Some are different densities. This one is dry. This one's wet. You want to use these wet. So you want to run them and you want to squeeze out any excess, so you're not putting, you know, a wet sponge on your skin. These are great for applying liquid foundations. They're not going to work very well with creams because they're oil-based, but liquids are great. I use them to put on my BB cream sometimes. A lot of times with my BB cream, I'm putting it on with my hand. Liquid Touch foundation, this is great. It will also, the Liquid Touch, I feel, tends to be a little bit matte. And when I am feeling a little dry, it may not be the best. So in winter, I like to use the sponge because with the sponge, it has water in it. It's going to add more moisture to your skin. So I put a couple drops on my hand, go like this, and then just sponge it on like this. What's really nice, you can also use the pointed end to kind of get into under the eye area. And it's great if you have dry skin because it'll add hydration back into your skin. So this is a great way, but it will also, FYI, because you are using water, it will dilute the foundation a little bit. So you're gonna get a little more sheer coverage. So if you're looking for a full cover, and you're a little dry, you could do a light layer of this first and then come in with another brush to give you more full coverage. So those are the little spongy brushes. All different companies make them. There are, so if you're talking about liquid, as we are, you can also use synthetic brushes. So here's some, and with this one, you can use a natural brush too because it acts almost more like a powder. But these are all synthetics. This one's a buffer brush. This one will give you a nice airbrush feel. You've probably seen people using the Unique brush. The Unique brush is actually natural hair. So this one I believe is synthetic, which I prefer synthetic because, as I said, it's not absorbing into your brush as much. This is actually my favorite brush to apply foundation for me. It's a duo fiber brush. So you can see it's natural bristles down here and then it's synthetic bristles up here. So what that does, I love it because when I put on my foundation, I put my foundation on my hand, dab or swirl it in, I can lay color on with this and it's not absorbing. And then when you buff these, you're getting just a little bit of really soft blending with the natural fibers below. So it gives you just this beautiful finish, a little bit more coverage, and it's just really pretty. If you have never tried one of these, they're called stippling brushes, duo fiber brushes. Stippling means, you know, you're putting it on like this, and then I use it to blend as well. So it's my favorite brush. I also use, if I'm feeling like I need more maximum coverage, I use a foundation brush. These are synthetic, they're tacky on, they're flat. They're great, they give you really nice coverage. You can use these two with cream foundations as well. So cream foundation is going to be more oil-based. I tend to like these in the winter when I'm feeling a little bit more dry. I tend to be drier. If you're an oily person, you probably are not going to like a cream foundation. So stick with your powder. I have not tried the Unique Compact cream yet. That's next on my list. But this one's Mayron Graftobian is my personal favorite. I like the texture. For me, it's great. Then we have how to apply your powder foundation, your compact. My compact is broken. Look, it's so sad. But you can use this lovely brush. Is again the buffer brush. It will give you more coverage with a powder. It'll help buff it kind of into the pores, give you a nice airbrush effect. Kabuki brushes are really popular too. It kind of looks like a shaving brush. Same thing. They're very densely packed. They're going to give you more coverage when you're putting it on. So if you're using something like a BB cream, you want to set it with a powder and you want more coverage, you can use one of these in your powder and it will give you more coverage. The final thing I wanted to show you were these two brushes, which again are two of my favorite. Now, I'm not necessarily using them a lot to put powder on. This one I tend to use to blend stuff out. So if I put blush on and it's looking a bit too harsh, I'll use this one. And this one's a synthetic, this one is a real hair. But I will take this and I will just buff it out. I like using this because it will kind of blend the color in without taking it off. This one's by Morph. And then this is my favorite brush to put on any sort of contour product. So my bronzer, I love this one. I love it. It's soft. And what it does is it, you know, I like the little slightly pointed tip because it gives you a really nice, it'll help you not deposit too much product under the skin. And just touch my face all day. But it will help give you some product placement and it's almost blending as it's going. So it's just a really soft, pretty brush. So this one is also a Morph brush. It's M401. I love this brush. This one I have no idea because it doesn't have a name on it. This one either. But I mean, they're nice quality. As I said, I have no idea where I got them, but I love them. So if you have any questions on brushes, how to figure out which one is right for you and your foundation, just let me know, comment below, and I will try to help. Have a wonderful day, people. Bye.